Hi, this is Professor Guyad with Middlesex College, and today in this lecture, we're going to be covering abstract classes, abstract methods, and interfaces. So the two are actually very similar. Abstract classes and interfaces are very similar. The idea with these two concepts is that you're defining classes that serve as a blueprint, a sort of template for subclasses. So an abstract class, like by definition, is a superclass, and subclasses inherit from the abstract class. They inherit the methods from it. Um, so method bodies aren't defined uh, in abstract methods. Um, More so, they're just laid out as a blueprint to be implemented in subclasses. So let me share my screen now to show this behavior. So here we are in Eclipse. I switch between Eclipse and VS Code just to change things up. And I have this abstract class, NFL team. Notice how I'm using this keyword abstract. And even though, I mean, a property of abstract classes is that they're not instantiated, right? But even though that's the case, I still have a constructor, but it's not going to be used, right? Because we don't create objects based off of abstract classes. Hence the term abstract, right? As opposed to concrete. So here I can write a comment and I can say, even though I have this constructor, it's never used. And when we go to the main method in this abstract class, we can see that when I try to instantiate an object based off of this class, I see this error message, cannot instantiate the type NFL team. That's because it's an abstract class. So this is here just for show. Then we look at we create some abstract methods in this abstract class, and we see another error message. So this is a nice way of kind of going through this concept is writing code that's going to generate errors so that we can see what's going on in abstract classes and interfaces later on. So here the error message is, so notice how this method is abstract, and this error message says abstract methods do not specify a body. So here, just by putting these curly braces, I am essentially defining a body, even though I don't have anything in there. So what I can do here is delete the curly braces and just put a semicolon, and that'll fix that issue. So the point of that is that in some subclass that's going to inherit from the NFL team superclass, abstract class, we're going to use calc revenue. We're just going to overwrite it. We're going to define it in the subclass. Then you also notice that here we have a non-abstract method in an abstract class. So clear, and there's no errors. So clearly we can say here, another comment, we can say non-abstract methods can exist in abstract classes. Great. So yeah, and then we have this error as we pointed out before. So we just walked through a little bit of the concepts in an abstract class. Now let's go to a subclass that inherits from. So the Eagles, the Philadelphia Eagles are an NFL team. So we're going to say Eagles extends NFL team, right? And then what does this error say? It says the type Eagles must implement the inherited abstract method NFL team.calc revenue. So this means that the subclass of the abstract class has to implement all of the abstract methods. So there was only one abstract method in NFL team. So let's go ahead and define it and give it a body in this subclass. So we do public void calc revenue. And there we go. We fixed the issue. It was the Eagles was red underlined. And now we fixed that because we're implementing a calc revenue method. Great. Notice how I don't need, when I go back to NFL team, I don't have to implement non-abstract methods in the subclass of the abstract class because it's not abstract. So we go back to Eagles. So there's no red underlining. It's looking good. And then, of course, the subclass of the abstract class, I can instantiate an object and I can define behavior up here for eventually using the calc revenue um, method. So I can just do a simple print statement, the revenue is, 1 million. And then this method is going to work when I run it. Oh, I have to fix the later. Yeah, let me just, can I just comment these out? Excuse me. Oops. Does that help me out? Yeah. So we instantiated subclass of abstract class and implemented the abstract method from the superclass. Awesome. And defined it for this class and implemented the abstract method from the superclass. Great. So that's abstract classes in a nutshell. Now we go to interfaces. So let me go to NBA team. And NBA team is an interface. Interfaces are just like abstract classes. You don't define behavior for them. Here's one difference though. Remember how for the abstract class we could define a constructor, but interfaces, no. It says very, very explicit. Interfaces cannot have constructors. So I can literally comment this out or delete it. So that's one thing. Then we see that any method that's defined in an interface is automatically categorized as abstract. Notice how I don't have the abstract keyword here, but because this is an interface, calc revenue is read, it's interpreted as an abstract method. So if I remove this body and just give it a semicolon, now it works out. And then so that, and the interface of course does not have the main method because we do not run code in an interface. It's just a blueprint for defining behavior in other classes that implement it. And so we have a new keyword here, implements, as opposed to extends. So subclasses extend superclasses, and things that take behavior from interfaces implement interfaces. So let's see the error with Nix here. The type Nix must implement the inherited abstract method calc revenue. So let's go ahead and do that. So public void calc revenue. And just having it like that totally fixes all the issues. Now let's do a similar thing. Revenue is 500,000. And then let's run that Nix K equals new Nix and K dot calc revenue. Yep. So this should say revenue is 500,000. Awesome. So going back to the interface, let's see. So it didn't allow a constructor, and we saw here that even without the abstract keyword, the interface automatically interprets any method inside of it as abstract. Okay. So then, and then let me just define one more, like public void, run numbers. Remember, can't have a body because it's abstract. And then this will generate another error in Nix because Nix needs to implement all of the inherited abstract methods from the interface. So public void run numbers, and then the error above will go away, and then there's no errors left. Thank you for watching this video on abstract methods, abstract classes, and interfaces in Java. See you soon.